Welcome to TAM-Retail's mini demonstration series. In today's session, we will be covering the open-to-buy system within TAM. I'm going to go ahead and share the application now. Okay, you should be seeing the application at this point. Now, when it comes to open-to-buy in TAM, don't forget TAM's a full inventory control tracking system that has all the information you need to perform open-to-buy. In order to do an open-to-buy in TAM, we need to go into the open-to-buy system in the inventory management area. There's two programs in there that are available, both plans and analysis. One obviously allows you to establish and maintain various and different plans that you may have going at one time, open-to-buy plans. And then the analysis program is an ability for you to print the analysis or view it on screen and see the status of your open-to-buy. Now, first of all, let's just talk briefly about what open-to-buy is. Open-to-buy allows you to prevent a couple of fairly major mistakes that can affect the performance of a store. One is overbuying. If you overbuy merchandise, you're tying up your assets, that is money, in goods that aren't going to sell very quickly or quickly enough. But it also, something people really equate open-to-buy with overbuying. But also open-to-buy is very helpful to prevent underbuying. Now, underbuying occurs when you have a trend that's occurring where a certain category in your store is maybe selling more rapidly this year than it did last. And you know that. I mean, you anticipated that. Your reports in TAM are telling you that. So if you're going to have an increase in sales or hope to have an increase in sales by 10%, if you don't purchase enough merchandise to carry goods to that point, you're not going to be able to sell a 10% increase. It's as simple as that. So underbuying can be just as important and as damaging as overbuying. Now, when we talk about open-to-buy, TAM works in retail. So, the retail open-to-buy is a retail reporting tool. So it's going to, all the numbers that you're going to see here are in retail dollars. Now, you can create as many plans as you want, and I have no plans in my system right now, but I'm going to go ahead and create one. Let's say I want to create that plan for fall. Let's call it a fall plan. Now, again, I can name the plan anything that I want. It does note that it's got a new plan here, so we're going to go ahead and go through that. The next thing that I need to do is determine the period of time for my plan. So I'm going to put in 6/2011 through 12/2011. Now, this can be any period of time that you want. It can be 1 month. It can be as many months as you want. It can be 1, 3, 6, 12, as many as you want. For me, I'm going to do a 6-month plan for my fall season. Now, I can indicate the locations that I want involved in that, so I might just want to do our main store. That's fine, or I could do all of our locations, whether it's e-commerce or whatever it might be. I then can put in a default percentage of change. So then this is just a general default trying to save you a few steps. No operation has the same increase or decrease over a certain category or department. So this is not something that's meant to be put in the number and it's all correct. You'll see here in a minute where we'll be able to make a few more changes to that. The next thing that I want to do here is I'm going to say that I'm going to have a general increase of 5%, is determine the way in which I want to present my plan. So do I want to do it by classification or by department or a smaller sub-department category or do it by vendor? In my case, I'm going to be doing it by department. So at that point, I can select whatever departments I'd like to be part of this plan. So for example, if I want to use plush, for example, that's a category that I can do here. I can simply select that and add it over. If I want to do all my departments, then I could simply select all. It would be fine. I could do that as well. I'm just going to go ahead and do that and pet accessories, let's say. Again, these are my departments. Yours would vary and it matched to your departments itself. But I could do as many departments as I want. I could do one. I could do more. I could do them all. In my case, I'm just going to do those two and go ahead and complete this. Now, at that point, it returns back to the plan screen, and it will show us the previous sales for the period indicated. Now, when I say previous sales, if our plan is from June of this year through December, then June of last year through December is what we're going to see in sales that are shown previous, and in ending inventory for that period. So how much inventory did I have left in these categories after that time? So in this case, What was my ending inventory on 12/31? Some people do month-to-month plans, and they'll have one of these plans for every month of the year. That's not a problem. It'll then pull those numbers as well. At this point, I can change any of my projections. So if maybe pet accessories are going to stay flat, I'll set that to 0. That's fine. If plush is going to be at that 5% increase, I can leave that or I can change it. I also could enter in the amount of sales, doing more of a budgeted sales amount or a budgeted ending inventory amount. So I can either enter in either the amount or the percentage. Now with my ending inventory, $975 is fine, but I don't want to have $27,000 left. In fact, I want to keep this flat. I'm going to actually enter in my ending inventory. So I'm going to actually enter in that I want $850 in ending inventory in pet supplies, and I'm going to want, let's say, $12,000. I want to decrease the amount of ending inventory that I had. So again, I can change with my projected ending inventories. Now with these numbers that I've given it, not only existing but projected, TAM will now be able to go ahead and add the plan as well as calculate the open to buy for these categories in this plan. So all I'm going to do is add that plan. Now I can do as many plans as I want here. If I want to do more, that's not a problem. The next thing I want to show you is quickly the analysis program. Obviously, after we've set up a plan, we're going to go ahead and run this right away. This is going to tell us our open to buy number. And I can pick the plan that I want. So if there were more than one, I can select the one that I want to print. Don't forget, TAM does let you to preview the reports on screen, email them securely, or print them to any printer on your network. I'm going to go ahead and preview this. I'm going to pull it right up on the screen. Now again, this is a very small plan. Yours would be much larger. And in my case, I'm overbought in all my categories, again, because I'm using a demo database. But what will happen here is then it takes the beginning inventory at retail. It calculates the projected sales that you anticipated. It shows the projected ending inventory, so projected sales and ending inventory. It then calculates a needed amount. And the formula is a standard open to buy formula. We then can begin to create POs and receive product into the system. And as we do that, it will actually show any POs that are in the system in the on order column, any receipts that have occurred in the received column, and it will keep adjusting the open to buy number. So if this were not a situation where I was overbought originally, it would tick down that number and then indicate when I've reached my open to buy limit. Again, so that's in a nutshell what the open to buy does. Let's return back to the meeting center here for just a second. And I'm going to close this and stop sharing. Again, thank you very much for attending. If you need additional information or would like to schedule a live demonstration or question and answer session, please feel free to contact us at the email or phone number shown below here. Thank you again for attending. Take care.